All right, let's move on to the next level. Should I do an event? Mercenaries Coast. That's a talk. Yeah, let's just go. Let's just go. Oh, I can be different people now. Who should I be? I'll be Griffith. You know he's gonna be ballin'. You know he's gonna be ballin'. So, after the thing with Aaron, this week, John, or actually last week, John was like, hey, listen, I'm going to take Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. Can you do full shifts and cover that? Because I'm taking my vacation to Florida this coming Friday. I haven't mentioned that before on the channel, but I'm going to go see a friend of mine in Florida. And I'm going to hit up all the theme parks, chill out there for a week, and take a vacation. So I imagine he wanted to get a few days in, and he just lets me know, hey, listen, I'm taking a few days off, so I need you to do full days. And I'm kind of the John for the week. So he was leaving. Use a saber battle overcoming in frenzy mode. Griffin increases the number of strikes he makes. Cool. So he was letting me know that he was leaving. And I was like, okay. Sorry, excuse me, guys. So I was like, okay, and I was thinking in my mind, I should ask him about the no talking thing, you know, because I always like to know what would he do. He's been with the store for a long time, and he's really good at his job. Really, really, really good at his job. He's a good guy. He knows how to stay, like, you know, he knows how to do what he's supposed to. He is the manager. He's the receiving manager. He's been that for a long time, and he's just awesome. So I like to know, like, how would he handle it? So I asked him, like, hey, John, can I ask you about, like, kind of the no talking thing? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, so I just want to know, like, what would you do? You know, how would I decide? Let's say I'm mid-conversation with you talking about movies. This is what I'm telling him. And someone walks in. Do I just hard cut the conversation? Because I feel like that's awkward. You know, like, people will think, oh, were they talking about something that I'm not supposed to know about? You know, like, what were they talking about? I feel like that would cause more problems. Or it's like, do I just get to the next ending of the sentence and stop? It's like, what would you do, John? And he was like, well, you know, so he went off here. He's like, listen, it depends if you know the person can handle themselves back here, right? If you know this person and you know that they're going to be able to come back here while we're talking and just do their job, grab whatever they're looking for, and then leave, sure, just keep talking, you know, it doesn't matter. But if you don't know for sure that this person is going to be hanging out back here doing whatever the hell they think they're doing, and they're going to try and like jump into our conversation, then you need to stop talking immediately, because people come back here all the time looking for an excuse to not work and not do what they're supposed to. They think they can come back here, slack off, take a break, and not do their job because we're back here, and that's what we're doing. But the big difference is we're working, they're not, once again. So they come back here, we're talking, we make them slack off, it looks bad for us, and then it goes back to Anita. And he started going off here. He was like, and that's what I don't understand. It's a pet peeve of mine. Like, if I wanted to talk to you, I would have addressed you. So people come back here all the time and try to hop into our conversations, and they just don't understand why that's not a thing. So they can't handle themselves, so we have to do it for them. So we have to stop talking because they like to butt into our conversations. So it's like, I was like, okay, I wasn't asking about your pet peeve, but you know, he always says that he's very passionate about some things, and that was just like apparently one of them. He hates when people try to jump into our conversation, which they do all the time, which is why we're in this situation. So that kind of sucks. So I was like, okay, you know, I didn't really get a clear-cut answer on should I always just stop doing what I'm doing the moment someone walks in. But, you know, it's just so weird. It's just, imagine being at work and you're having the best time, and then someone comes by and tells you you're having too much fun. You know, it puts you in such a weird spot, especially because it was dropped that some of the managers thought that we were maybe talking too much. Okay, can I get in there? Oh, no horse. No horse. Got it. So, and I thought I was really cool with the managers, you know? I thought, like, me and the managers, we were super chill. You know, all of them seemed to really like me, and like they always come back here and want to talk to me, which I guess is part of the problem, is that they're constantly not doing their job. So now Anita has told that to John, because apparently she can't handle the managers to make them not talk and do their job. So we have to stop having fun and a good time. Doing the same. Oh, dude, that's baller. So it's just kind of put us in a weird situation. It's like, I like to talk to people, or like to have just a little 5-second conversation, especially with the managers when they come through, you know. If I feel like if the manager talks to me, they know what they're doing. They're the managers. They should be able to do whatever they want. But apparently not. So just sucks. And then what else? I'm trying to think. There's something else. Oh, so one of the girls that we work with in the back. So part of this was Andrew and I were talking. We were trying to figure out who complained, because there was someone out there who complained about us having too much fun in the back. And we wanted to know. You know, we were thinking it was probably the same chick that snitched on the group chat, or it could be one of the other chicks who was having a beef with that chick in the group chat. It could be either of them. Oh, wow, I just got fucking bitch smacked. This guy's gonna get it. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. So we're trying to figure it out. Who could it possibly be? You know, like a game of guess who. So we were thinking, and then so the chick that snitched on the group chat came back into the room, into the receiving room one time, and she was like, "So, Sam, I heard you've been talking." Like, I thought she said, I didn't really hear it well. I thought she said talking shit on Julia is what she said, and then she stopped herself and she's like, actually, she's like, I heard you've been teaching Julia how to cuss." And I was like, what? Yo, and this is after John has told me that I have to stop cussing when people are back there. So she says this, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And luckily, John is not here. This is during the days that John was not there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she was like, oh, well, Julia was back here, and Julia doesn't normally cuss. You know, she always kind of gave us this, she works in the back with us, Julia. She always gives us this vibe where I always kind of thought she was maybe a little religious. She was keeps to herself, very nice, laughs, has a good time, doesn't cuss. I guess one day over the weekend, Jessica, came to the back and was looking for a book, any book. It's like, hey, do you know where blah 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 is? And Julie just looked up from her station and was like, I don't know where that shit is. You know, just like out of nowhere. And so she was like super caught off guard, like, oh, Julia, you know, just like joking, you know, not like offended. But Julia thought it was a good thing, and Julia knows nothing about like me getting in trouble and like having to not talk and not cuss. She knows nothing about that. But she joked around and was like, oh, and like laughed and like, oh, I must have learned it from Sam. And I was like, oh no. Like, she told me that and I was dying inside. Like, no way. Come on. And I'm just thinking inside, like, come on, Julia. Like, why'd you have to do me like that? I'm going to get in so much trouble if that makes its way back to like Anita or anything, or John. I'm just like dying. Like, I was like, ha 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 ha, you know, and then she laughed. And it's me, Julie, and Andrew. It's like, yeah, sorry, Sam, I was just joking, you know. And she was explaining how she doesn't ever really get a cuss at home because her mom would like die inside if she heard her cuss. And she doesn't get to do it with any of her friends because her friends are really religious. So she's like, back here, she's like, it's the only time that I can really do it. So I was like, yeah. So Andrew and I were talking with Julia back there. We're like, we should be able to. We're all adults, you know. It's like we don't hire anybody who's not under or who's not above 18. It's like we're adults. Who cares what we say, you know? But apparently, I don't know. It offends people. I don't know. So that's the end of my rant on how my rights are getting taken away. That's brings us to the most recent weeks where me and Andrew are still trying to figure out who it is. And we're both just kind of weirded out. It's like it puts such a weird strain on, like it ruins some conversations because the moment someone walks in, you have to end it. Like a manager walked in the other day and we had to end it immediately. We just couldn't, walked in and was like, like nip it right in the bud. So it's really made it weird. And like even Andrew's gone home and like talked to his wife, and she thought she thought the same thing. That it's just like that shouldn't have come down to us to handle that. It puts us in a weird situation, and we did nothing wrong off of that. But people can't handle the fact that we're having a good time and they're not. So it is what it is. It's like it's not something we can change. We just have to put our heads down and go with it and not get in trouble. I was telling Andrew that we just need to basically lay low just for a little bit, like a week or a few weeks even. Like probably after when I come back from my vacation. So I take a week vacation this Friday. Maybe the day this comes out. I'm going to try to put it out on Friday. I'll be going to Florida, and then I'll be there for a week. And then when I come back, hopefully we'll have died down as much where everybody will have missed me and my awesome presence. And then we'll be golden, and we should be fine and go back to normal. But that's a dream.